I'm Stephanie, and this is Snowdome of the Day, the Advent Christmas edition, number 36. Tomorrow, the wise ones will arrive. So today I thought we'd have one final look at the nativity scene. This is a traditional dome with little feet on the bottom. We have inside some sheep, Mary, Joseph, the baby, an evergreen tree, and a really interesting structure. Perhaps this stable was built in a Nouveau fashion. If you look at it from the side, kind of funny, it might look like a cornstalk, but I don't think that was the goal of the artist. It's snowing in that manger, snowing glitter, little bits of stardust, star that the wise ones have seen, a little bit of glitter from the angel that's been bringing messages to call people's attention to this wonderful thing that has happened. We've been celebrating the birth of Christ since Christmas Day, perhaps Christmas Eve night, and we looked towards his birth during the season of Advent. Along the way, I've found snowdomes with different depictions of that story. In our lives, we've probably had other depictions as well. Creative children's pageants bringing the story to life, different nativity scenes that our families have collected, and perhaps we've found constructions in our life that remind us of the nativity. I know in Omaha, we've had a growing concern about the number of evictions in our community, and especially in the season where we think of this family with no home. I remember our neighbors who have no home or will have no home if they're evicted. I think about this family that is crossing different regional borders, and I think about immigrants and refugees and wonder if we have done enough to provide for the safety and health of our neighbors. In a time of pandemic, I think about hospitality. I give thanks for the innkeeper who gave hospitality to this family, for the shepherds, for the others who came to celebrate this new birth with them, even if the setting for it was less than ideal and probably not that of which they dreamed. It's a complex story, although it's one that can be told rather simply. And I give thanks for the stories of our faith. I give thanks for everyone along the way in the nativity story and after who said yes to God's call. And I pray that we, in our turn, might say yes to God's call to work for justice, to be peacemakers, to ask ourselves if we have done enough and if we have said yes to God's call in our lives. And if we have offered the good news to others in the form of story, in the form of presence, in the form of advocacy, have we asked ourselves if we've made room for other voices at the table, in government, in our neighborhood? These are the questions I think of Advent and Christmas, and I hope that we keep them with us all year long. I give thanks for this series that's forced me to think about the different versions that we tell of the Christ child story, the different lenses on that. And I give thanks for everyone who's ever been patient with me and told me a story so that I might learn and see God in the world more clearly. Amen.